I just quickly want to show you the posting. I'm not going to ask you to post. I will not ask you to post. I just need you to understand how the posting works. Now, if you look at your salary itself, forget about the contributions. The salary yourself, you've got your gross wage, né? You've got your deductions, and you've got your net. And we all know the gross less the deductions gives me the net. In other words, if I use figures, I say my gross is 10,000, the pension is 1,000, the payee is 1,000, medical aid is 500, UIF is 100. Now if I add it, it gives me 1,026, meaning the net is 7,400. Everybody's with me? So now what I'm going to post it to is I'm going to put the 10,000 in the T for salaries. This is the salaries you've been doing since grade 8. So if I talk about salaries or wages, I'm actually referring to the gross amount. Okay. Now, that 10,000, oh my goodness, what's going on? That 10,000 is most now distributed. The pension fund gets 1,000, payee gets 1,000, medical aid gets 500, UIF gets 100. Ne? And what is left over?
7.4.
That 7.4 goes to the worker. And the account, and this is what I want you to see. The account that we use for the take-home pay, the pay we pocket, is creditors for salaries. So if it was a wage, it would have been, yes? If it was a wage, it would have been creditors for wages. So, what I want you to take from this is I want you to see that your salary, this, please stop talking, your salary is your expense. Ne? The things that's credited, meaning your funds and creditor for salaries, those things are what we owe, and they are called liabilities. Because I owe them money. You see? And that's what's important for me. So if I ask you, what is your expense at this stage? Ignore contributions. What's your expense? It's salaries, 10,000. What's your liabilities? Pension fund, 1,000. SARS, 1,000. UIF, 100. Medical aid, 500. Creditors for salaries, 7,400.
And are you doing this thing as an owner or as the business?
The owner, we are the employer. We're the one giving the job. So we are paying the workers. Okay? Yes.
So the fund account and the creditors for salaries are all our expenses.
No. They're all liabilities because I owe them money. But if I add them together, I take it to salaries, which is the expense. Okay. So in other words, the expense shows me which part of my profit I'm using. The liability shows me who I owe what. Okay. Now if I go to the contributions. If I look at the contributions, what's going to happen now? So we can either create an account separately for everything. A medical aid contribution, a pension fund contribution. The moment the word contribution comes there, it's an expense. It's a nominal account. You see. What is the other way we can do it? Instead of doing it separately like this, we can say, oh, let's add it to salaries. In other words, now my salary is no longer just 10,000, it's 10,000 plus the contributions. Okay, because that's all my expense. What am I going to credit? I'm going to credit the funds. So now, can you see? Let's say the medical aid is, let's say it's 250, the pension is 1,000, UIF is 100, STL is 100, so the total 350, 451, 450. Can you see in the end my expense is going to be the 10,000 plus the 1,450. So if I ask you, what does it cost the business to employ person X? Can you see? You take the salary and the contributions. So it would be my salary, the gross, and the contributions. Can you see that? If I were to ask you, what do I owe to who? I will owe the pension fund the 1,000 and the 1,000. You see, the contribution and the deduction. Can you see that? If I look at my payee, payee will only have a deduction. Medical aid will have a deduction and a contribution. UIF will have a deduction and a contribution. STL only has a contribution. And of course, creditors for salary, 7,400. And if I go and I add all of these amounts now, all of this, wata, it will be equal to this. You see? Does that make sense to you? So in the end, your expense is equal to your liability, because your expense makes your profit less, but I have to pay it over to certain people. So I owe people. And this is what we do with the posting. So I will put it back now, don't worry. If you go look at question 7. Question 7, what they did, please, what they did is they already posted it for you. So you can go look how it looks like. Okay. So it's already done for you. Right. I'm not going to do 8 and 9. We can do that at a later stage. I am happy where I am because everything that's in the paper I have done with you. Yes.